Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your favorite Fat Boy Ray Ray coming at you with another Fat Boy Takes. I'm finally doing another pod. I hate to say it. I've been really, really busy. That's why I have not done a pod. I know I say all the time I'm gonna fucking do one, but your boy's just been too fucking busy, and I finally had time today. My job's been out of control. I've been working like 10 hours since the last time I did a pod. I've been working 10 hours every day. So I'm sorry. Also, I hit 1,000 plays. I would like to thank everybody that listens to my podcast. I really appreciate it. Never in a million years I thought I would get 1,000 plays. Like, I'm just some fucking random fucking dumb idiot talking on the mic. So I am happy that you guys enjoy the content, that I've hit 1,000 downloads. It's not much, but it's a big deal for me. Like I said, I never thought some people would like my shit, so that's fucking great. I hope all you guys are having a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on everything, on Podbean, on YouTube, on all that shit. Get on it. Spotify, hook me up. Also, on today's pod, we're gonna talk about we're just gonna talk about the NBA playoffs finally. We're gonna talk about what has been the issues with the Lakers and C's, why they fell off like a lot. Because I know the C's and Lakers were really good last year and they just kind of fell off this year. So also gonna talk about the Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Most Improved Player. We're gonna go over the matchups for the first round of the NBA playoffs. I'm also going to pick who I think is going to win the championship now that we're finally in the playoffs. And I might talk some shit, about LeBron. He's being a big baby right now. Fuck him. But yeah, let's go. Let's get into this bitch. Also, I might talk some football. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, Right now, the NBA is just so juicy. So we'll see. Alright, so first things first, let's get this out the way. Let's talk about why the C's and the Lakers have fell off. Obviously, one big thing is injuries. LeBron got injured for the Lakers. AD got injured for the Lakers as well. So that they were like second place around there somewhere, and then they just started dropping, losing because obviously they're missing their two superstars and the other dudes can't hang. But I guess they did okay enough that they actually still made the playoffs, which is good. They had to play in the play-in game. They won the play-in game. Big ups to Steph Curry. He played fucking huge. Sucks that they lost. Just goes to show that the Warriors are shit without Clay and Curry. I don't want to hear anybody. I'm just gonna say this right now. I know we're talking about the Lakers right now, but I don't want to ever fucking hear anybody ever fucking say that Draymond Green is a fucking great player. Draymond Green literally shit the bed these two playing games. How the fuck did you average 6 points and Curry averaged 40? Yes, I understand he was playing good defense, but come on. They need more from you. So I don't want to hear anybody fucking over here riding fucking Green's nuts. And I don't ever want to hear any of you stupid motherfucking Warrior fans ever compare that man to KG. That shit is so fucking disrespectful. Don't do that shit. Also, back on the Lakers. So obviously those two dudes have been injured. That was the big reason that those dudes fell in the standings. But now they're 100%. They're all healthy. I believe the Lakers have a good shot. I'm not going to say they have a good shot of winning going back to back, but I don't know if they can do it. I just don't know if LeBron has enough time to knock off the rust. Same with AD. Even though AD's been getting better and better, he's really inconsistent right now. He's been playing, like, his games have been like up and down, up and down. LeBron looks very consistent, but supposedly he's still nursing that ankle sprain. So we'll see how that goes in the playoffs. And now let's get to the C's. Obviously, the C's is a fucking shit show. For one, COVID bodied them to notate him for almost like 3 weeks, and this is when he was playing well. Kemba's fucking knee, Kemba's knee literally screwed this whole team season. I'm gonna be honest. Him sitting out the backs-to-backs was very, very terrible for the team. But what it is. They were looking towards the playoffs. But now I'm going to be honest, he's been playing very, very well. He's averaging like 25 points right now. So let's see what happens. Also, Fournier got COVID, and it's just like, man, they just keep getting bodied by COVID. bodied by injuries. They just lost Jaylen Brown. I guess it's looking like they were right about complaining about starting the season early, because again, LeBron's never got injured. He got injured this year. We knew AD was going to get injured. AD's made of glass. I don't care what anybody says. AD's fucking glass motherfucking man. Surprisingly, it sucks that Tatum got COVID, and he literally says that it's fucking dog shit having COVID. Obviously, he's not having a good time. Well, he didn't have a good time recovering. It took him like almost 2 months to start playing like his old self, and now he's looking better. And that's pretty much it. That's the reason the Lakers and the C's weren't as good as they were supposed to be. Injuries, and then for the Celtics, injuries, and obviously COVID. Also, I don't ever want to hear any Celtics fans like on Twitter say that Brad Stevens needs to get fired for one bad season. Brad Stevens has literally made the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times out of 5 years. You do not fire a coach that's made the finals 3 times, the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times out of 5 years. Yes, he hasn't got over the hump yet, but I promise you that dude is going to get over the hump. He's a good fucking coach. Like, I don't understand why you C's fans on Twitter love slandering the shit out of Brad Stevens. And another question, answer me this shit. If they fire him, who the fuck are they gonna hire? Like, I hear a lot of people saying, hire Mark Jackson. What you guys don't realize is that Mark Jackson is fucking crazy. That's why the Warriors front office fired him, because the dude was fucking nuts. Like, he wanted all these demands. He wanted to be able to, because he's a preacher, he wanted to be able to go preach and then come back on Sundays. Like, it was just weird. It was like he wanted all this extra shit just for him to coach. And it's just like, is it even worth it? Like you're going to fire one good coach to hire this coach, and the front office is going to hate him. Like I said, who the hell is out there? There's no really, really good coaches out there right now. So what would even be the point of firing Brad Stevens? Like, who would you hire, like, to replace him that's as good as coach as him? Like, Doc got picked up by the Sixers already. Like, there's just no one out there that's as good as Brad Stevens. So, y'all motherfuckers need to shut the fuck up with that bullshit. Alright, so let's get to it. We're going to talk about the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player. I know I haven't really been talking about the Most Improved Player, but we'll talk about it this time. And I'm going to be honest, Jokic is hands down the MVP. There's no reason to debate this shit. My man literally lost his second best player and held on to the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. My man averaged 26 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and 8 assists per game. For a big man, that's nuts. He's also was a leader in double doubles. He had 60 double doubles all year. He lost his second best player. Literally right now, his second best player is Michael Porter Jr. And Michael Porter Jr. is balling. Also, he lost PJ Dozier. He lost Will Barton. Like, my man has literally been carrying with Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon. Like, there's no way that he loses this MVP. If he loses the race, this fucking award is dog shit. You literally remove Jokic from the Nuggets, and this team is a fucking lottery team. 100%. They don't make the playoffs. If I debate your mama if you want. I'm just saying. This man is the clear number 1 MVP. And don't get me wrong. I think Joel Embiid played great all year. And yes, he has the 1 seed in the East. But the Philadelphia 76ers would have still made the playoffs without Embiid. There's no way the Nuggets make the playoffs without Jokic. There's just no way. Embiid averaged 28 points, two more than Jokic. 10 boards, 2 more than Jokic. But Jokic literally 8 assists per game. Literally just demolished this man's fucking stats. I think assists are more important to me. Jokic also played good defense. Joel played good defense all year too, but so did Jokic. Literally, Jokic is like the leader in every single stat for the Nuggets. That literally tells you that this man is like, hey, get in my motherfucking backpack. I'm carrying you motherfuckers to the fucking 3rd seed. Let's get it. He did it all year. There's no way we can slander this man and say he's not the clear MVP. He lost his second best player and still stayed as the third seed. There was a stretch that they were like 10-0, and in that stretch, Jamal Murray missed games, and they still won like 10 games in a row. Jokic was playing out of his mind during that stretch as well. I don't like Giannis made a strong comeback towards the end. I'll be honest here, I didn't think Jokic was even gonna get close like at the beginning of the year because I'm a Jokic dude, and I was kind of like, shit. I don't know if Jokic's gonna be able to do it because right now the Dunkets are playing awful, and then the squad turned up, and I'm just like, okay, like second month of the season, I'm like, okay, Jokic can fucking do this. You guys all know me. I'm a fucking Jokic fucking homer. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I love how Jokic plays. I love his game. So maybe I'm just being a little biased, but I don't think I am here because he literally was the best player in the league this year. Giannis turned up his fucking game at the end. Like he was, he missed a couple games. He was like playing like kind of average, and then he just started beasting. And obviously his stats jumped up 28 points per game, 11 rebounds per game. But also he has Drew Holiday and he has Chris Middleton. Jokic doesn't have two other dudes that he can lean on right now. It's basically just Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. And Michael Porter Jr. surprisingly is playing very, very well right now. We'll see how it holds up in the playoffs. Whole different game. We'll see how it goes. And then we have Stefan Curry. This to me is literally like whoever says this dude deserves MVP is completely full of shit. He didn't make the playoffs. He was in 2 playing games, and he lost both of them. Yes, I understand he won the scoring title, but he lost, so it doesn't even matter. Like, my man literally won the scoring title, but he lost. Like, why are we going to give him the MVP for not making the playoffs? That literally just doesn't make sense. He didn't make the playoffs. Yes, he ended the season above 500, but they didn't get the job done. Yes, I understand it wasn't his fault that they did not get the job done. But the simple fact that he finished the 10th seed and we're talking about giving this man the MVP is just ridiculous to Jokic and Embiid and Giannis. It's just fucking disrespectful. Like, why the fuck is he even in the conversation? Yes, it's 32 points. He won the scoring title. He won the fucking scoring title and didn't make the fucking playoffs. It's like literally who fucking cares? Like, dude, like what? Why do we have him in the conversation? It's just dumb. So I'm just gonna say it. Jokic, MVP, and the discussion on that. All right, now let's get into the defensive player of the year. The defensive player of the year is going to be Rudy Gobert. There's no way Ben Simmons wins this or Bam Adebayo. How can we not give it to this dude? Obviously, my man balled out all year. His team is the number 1 seed, best defense in the league. What else here? Like, I get this. I get Ben Simmons is a number 1 seed as well in the East, but the West is harder. I hate to say it. The West is better. The East fell off a lot this year. Rudy Gobert gonna win that defensive player of the year. Like, that's what are we gonna argue here? Like, there's nothing to argue. This is probably the easiest one to pick out of all of them because we can't really say we're gonna give it. You can't really give it to Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons literally said, "I'm the best defensive player, so give it to me," and that's when everybody started noticing him. Clearly, also Gobert has all the stats to back it up. Like, what are we gonna argue? Like, I hate it. Like, like the eye test and the stats all say that he's the winner. So let's not even fucking try to argue this one. Gobert hands down is the winner. Bam Adebayo, I can't even give it to Bam Adebayo. Fucking Bam Adebayo finished the fucking 6th seed. Like, guy, let's not. Yes, I understand this team was ravaged by COVID too. That's another team that was ravaged by COVID and injuries, but we cannot give it to Bam Adebayo. Also, Gobert lost Donovan Mitchell for like the last month of the season, and they still finished with the number 1 seed. So it just goes to show that his defense helped them win games to get the 1 seed. So that's it. Basically, we ain't gonna waste our time on this one. It's clear that Rudy Gobert is the defensive player of the year. He has the stats to back it up. He has the record to back it up. The eye test checks out. Rudy will be your defensive player of the year this year. Which I think I picked him. If I wasn't mistaken, I picked either him or Giannis at the beginning. So I did. I also picked Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis got injured. Mr. Glass Body, motherfucker. But good job to Rudy Gobert and the Jazz on their 1 seed. Good job, man. Like, I did not see them once Donovan went down. I did not see them getting the number 1 seed still in the West, because it was tough. They lost it for a week, and then they got it back, and they just kept rolling after that, and they just finished as the 1 seed. So good job, Rudy. Good job, Jazz. Big ups to my boy Tyler. Huge Jazz fan. Yeah. So Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. Easy peasy. Alright, so now let's talk about the most improved player. Let's just get into it. I hate to say this, but I keep saying records matter. Like, for some of these, it does matter in the MVP race. It clearly matters. In this one, not so much. I think, to me, the most improved player this year is definitely going to have to be Julius Randle. Yes, I'll tell you right now why it's him. Basically, Jeremy Grant didn't make the playoffs. Records matter, like, here, like in this scenario. Like, he didn't make the playoffs. Yes, he balled out. He played great. He was like the only bright spot in that whole Detroit fucking shit show. But I can't give this, if I'm a dude, I can't give this guy the award. He didn't make the playoffs. He wasn't even close. So there's that. He averaged 22 points. He just played awesome this year. Big ups to him. He took a chance. He went to Detroit. He got his bag, and he played great. So Jeremy Grant, probably the 3rd place. He's not winning it. No way he wins it. Now, let's get to the clear winner. To me, like I said, Julius Randle was the best player this year, though he's the most improved player. He's averaging 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. That is great for him. Like, he was averaging 16 last year. Everything, all of his stats are up. So Julius Randle deserves the MVP in my book. He took the shit Knicks to the fourth seed in the East as their best player. Him and Derrick Rose, literally the 2 best players on that team. They're coached well. They finally found a coach that's good enough. Well, that they bought his system. They're playing good. He's the winner here. Even though Michael Porter Jr. has a better seed, Michael Porter Jr. averages less points, literally everything is less. Like, his points, his rebounds. Like, you gotta give it to Julius here. Even 4th seed, he's the reason this team is the 4th seed. If he wasn't playing out of his mind like he's been playing, this team doesn't even have a shot of making the playoffs. Well, they do. They're in the East. The East was bad this year. But he is the biggest reason that this team is currently in the playoffs and a 4th seed. So to me, Julius Randle is the winner of the Most Improved Player award. And now let's go into the 6th Man award. I would love for D Rose to win the 6th Man of the Year, but it ain't going to be D Rose, because the dudes he's going up against literally are on the Jazz, and they have the 1 seed. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you know who it is: Jordan Clarkson and Joe Ingles. To me, it's going to be either Joe or Jordan. There's no debating here. Clearly, there's going to be the 6th man. One of them is going to be the 6th Man of the Year. If Rose wins it, I'll be really surprised. But I'm kind of pulling for him because it'd be kind of fucking cool for him to win it. But I still think one of those dudes deserves it over him. And the Coach of the Year is going to have to be... The Coach of the Year is probably the hardest one to pick. I know I haven't really talked about it. I like that Tom Thibodeau got a nomination, but Tom Thibodeau's not going to win it. It's either going to be Quinn Snyder or Monty Williams. I don't like what those 2 dudes did this year was amazing. Like, what he finished. Monty Williams literally took a garbage ass team. Him and CP3 and Devin Booker got the Suns into that second seed with their great play, his great coaching. To me, it's a toss up. And then same thing with Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder, what went from like a fifth, sixth seed or whatever to the first seed. Great coach. Even when they lost Donovan, he still ended up getting the number one seed. It's gonna come down to I don't know. Like this is probably the hardest one to pick out of all of them. But I think Monty Williams deserves this. He literally took a garbage ass Suns team to the second seed. The team, I don't think the team is garbage. Like they got pieces. They got Aiden. They already had Devin Booker. CP3 showed up, and CP3. Everybody know. I know CP3 gets a lot of heat, but wherever CP3 goes, I don't know what it is with this dude. He just knows how to get the most out of every single player, and he does it constantly. So the combination of him and Monty was just great. No hate there. Like, yeah, they call the Suns garbage. The team was garbage before CP3 got there. But now they're sitting at the top of the fucking Western Conference. I'm not even going to lie. I never thought in a million years I'd be like, yo, dude, the freaking Phoenix Suns are the second seed in the West. Never did I think I'd say that. So that's pretty much it for the awards. I'm pretty sure we're going to find out like in a week or two who wins the titles. Hopefully I'm right. And if not, oh well. Fuck me. Yes, sir. Alright, let's get into the playoff basketball. So basically, I'm just going to pick who's going to win and how many games and some of the keys to winning the series. Basically, I'm going to start off with the West. The one seed's literally like an 8 seed's like, I hate to say it, it's the easiest one. The first round of the Western Conference Final between the Jazz and the Grizzlies is going to be won by the Jazz. The Jazz are literally gonna, oh man, it's gonna sound bad. It's gonna shit on the Grizzlies even without Donovan Mitchell. I hate to say it. The Grizzlies gonna lose in 5 games. I love Ja Morant, but they don't have enough. And that defense, this is going to be too much for these dudes. The number 1 defense in the league, like Gobert is going to the matchups are not even good for the Grizz either. Like Ja Morant's their best player, followed by either Valanciunas or Brooks. It's just tough. Then you got, on the other side, you got the Jazz. Come on, you got Rudy Gobert. The matchup's just Rudy Gobert's clearly the better defender, better player, the center position. I don't know if Donovan plays, but even if Donovan does not play, I still think the Jazz win the series. Conley's is way more than capable of making Ja work for his buckets. It's like, and then you got 2 Sixth Man of the Year nominees on the Utah Jazz. Just too much firepower. They're just gonna be real. Like, what do the Grizz have for these dudes? They don't got shit. Like it's just literally, we're sending Ja out there to get slaughtered in the first round. But big ups to Ja, played a big game the other night, got his team into the playoffs. Just sucks that they're going against the Jazz, and the Jazz are probably gonna steamroll them. I hate to say it because I like Ja, but they have no fucking shot of beating this team. This series ends in 5 games. It may not even end in a sweep. If the Grizzlies win more than 1 game, I will be super, super impressed. Like I said, the Jazz just have the better defense, the better players overall, the better matchups. Literally everything is better for them. like in everything. All the boxes are checked off for the Utah Jazz in this series. The Utah Jazz win this series in 5 games or less. Now let's get to this series. This is probably the juiciest series in the first round out of all the series, because I hear a lot of Phoenix Suns slander. The disrespect on the Phoenix Suns is fucking nuts. So the Lakers are in a playing game. They win the playing game. After the playing game, Vegas sends out the numbers for the bets. How the fuck are the Suns the better seeded team? Yes, I understand the Lakers have AD and LeBron. How are they plus 300? Like, if I'm a betting man, I'm taking that fucking bet. Like, if I have disposable income, I'm putting 100. In other words, you put 100, you win 300. To me here, this series is probably, I'm going to pick the Lakers, but I'm not going to be like the media and just be like, oh, the fucking Suns have no chance. There's so many outlets that don't even think these dudes win more than one game. Like, I don't understand this here. Like, let's just talk about it. To me, I think the Lakers win the series in 6 games, potentially. If the Suns do win this series, I think this series goes 7 games in order for the Suns to win. But the keys to this series is both of these teams obviously have good defenses. But to me, I feel like the Suns have the better offense right now. Like, just Devin Booker, literally, to me, I think Devin Booker is overrated a bit. This is his chance to prove that his ass is not overrated. All that shit talking Devin Booker was talking about, oh, just wait until I get in the playoffs. Just remember last year when he was like, why are you guys doubling me? All right, well, here we go, Devin. Your ass is in the playoffs. Let's see if you can fucking average 20 plus in the playoffs. Different game in the playoffs. The keys here to me, I feel Devin Booker definitely has to average 20 plus every game. We already know what we're going to get from CP3. Easy 20 and 10 from CP3, 18 and 10 from CP3. That's guaranteed. We already know that's what we gain from CP3. The thing here is, the Lakers, like, the Suns have nobody to guard LeBron. Let's just say that. AD hasn't been playing well, so who knows if Ayton can somewhat slow him down even more. Because AD had that 140-point game, then he played terrible in the playing game. He played horrible in the playing game. But like I said, I feel like the Suns do have a shot here. Like, they can pull up an upset. Devin Booker, like I said, has to average 20 plus a game. Back up all that shit talking he was doing when he hadn't made the playoffs. They gotta this is a big key right here. Like, if you see Andre Drummond's ass on the floor, the Suns and Montrezl Harrell, they need to attack them in the pick and roll. Andre Drummond cannot defend the pick and roll to save his life. Montrezl Harrell is also not a good pick and roll defender. That's going to be something they're going to have to expose to get easy buckets. And this is another thing I don't understand, how everybody's saying, they have no shot. CP3 can carve up any defense. It doesn't matter the defense. This man is going to get his team buckets and easy buckets. And also everybody's sleeping on everybody's making it seem like Aiden's a non-factor. Aiden's gonna play well. Jay Crowder last year, in the playoffs, he was a completely different player in the playoffs. He was hitting big threes for the Heat. But they're going to, the Suns are going to need their role players to step up big. They're gonna need Jay Crowder to play better, Saric to play better, Torrey Craig to play better, Nader, all these dudes, if they really want to beat the Lakers, they're going to have to step up. So basically, in this series, attack the Lakers based on the pick and roll when AD's not on the floor. The role players got to step up. Devin Booker has to be big. Like I said, Chris Paul is guaranteed. And for the Lakers, basically, you already know what's up. LeBron's gonna get his no matter what. LeBron gonna average 25 plus this series, 10 assists this series, 8 assists around there. His 8 boards. That's LeBron. You're gonna get 25, 10, and 8 from Bron. Yeah, that's guaranteed. AD is the big ass question mark here to me. Like, we don't know what AD is gonna be like right now. Also, LeBron supposedly is still hurt. I say supposedly because that man has been playing well. Like, it doesn't even look like he's hurt. And also, come on, I was seeing 3 baskets, Bron. Get the fuck out of here. For one, if you really get hit in the eye like that and you really can't see, your ass ain't gonna stay in the game. So quit the fucking cap, bruh. Now back to the topic. The key for the Lakers here, we already know LeBron's gonna carve up that defense. Just to me, it's gonna be who's gonna defend better, and who's gonna be able to get the buckets. Because to me, I feel like these teams are both well matched. LeBron is a come on, probably the best floor general in the league right now. CP3 literally the second best floor general in the league. So we'll see. Like, and also I feel like that LeBron has to not fuck around. Like, stop selling for garbage ass jumpers. Just go put your head down and go to the basket. Stop wasting fucking time. Don't let these dudes like win a game. Like, don't let these dudes win a game 1 or a game 2 and get some confidence. Like, if these dudes get confidence, they will upset the Lakers. I will say that. If these dudes can win 2 games, say if the Suns go up like 2-0, which I don't think will happen, but if they go up 2-0, I'm going to fucking pick the Suns to win the series. I don't think the Lakers have the balls to come back. Like, they did lose a lot by losing Howard, because Howard was able to defend the pick and roll. Like, I hate to say it, Andre Drummond can't defend the pick and roll. Montrezl cannot defend the pick and roll. Marc Gasol's too fucking slow to guard the pick and roll. So, like, the Suns literally, that's going to be easy buckets for the Suns. They're going to have to attack those players on the pick and roll. It's easy. It's barbecue chicken all day for them if they attract those dudes in the pick and roll. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm picking the Lakers in 6 to win the series. Yeah, I guess we'll see if I'm right. Like in 2 weeks. All right. Let's talk about that 3 and 6 round matchup now. So I feel to me, I got the Nuggets winning in 6. A lot of people are telling me that they got the Blazers winning. Nah, I don't got the Blazers winning. I don't feel like the Blazers have anybody capable of stopping Jokic. Literally, Jokic is gonna destroy Ernest Cantor and Nurkic. There's just no way they stop this dude in that series. And then when they start doubling him, he's going to start hitting his shooters, and he's going to start hitting the cutters. We already know, if you watch Jokic enough, you literally just picking your poison when you play against this guy. It's either you're going to let your center play him one-on-one and get cooked, or you're going to start double-teaming him. And then when he starts getting double-teamed, he's going to hit the open shooter because he's a great passer, or he's going to hit the cutter because he's a great passer. So in this situation, we already know Ernest Cantor cannot defend him. We know Nurkic cannot defend him. So we know it's going to be easy for him. Don't be surprised if he averages a triple-double this series. Easy triple-double. Hey, like, no slander to the Blazers. They just do not have a dude that can defend them. This is... The man will probably average a triple-double. Easy. Count it. But the thing for the Nuggets that I don't know, like, MPJ needs to keep averaging 19 points a game. I don't know where the rest of the scoring is gonna come from. Like, Aaron Gordon averages 10 points, Morris 10, Barton 10. Will Barton is the third best player, and he's averaging 12 points a game. Like, these dudes have dudes that can get out of the first round. I think, I'm going to be honest with you, like, this team defends okay. and I think they'll have enough to beat the Blazers. Right here is just they're gonna have to find a way to stop Jokic. You stop Jokic, you win basically. But I don't see the Blazers doing it. Cantor's a terrible defender, horrible defending the pick and roll, and that's something that's going to get to have his ass on the bench. We already know Jokic, beast running the pick and roll. So Jokic about to just dumpster that man free. So now let's get to the Blazers. Like I said, the key to the Blazers winning this series is stop Jokic. In order for the Blazers to win, they have to stop Jokic. That Damian Lillard has to play big. Has to play big all series. He has to average. He's gonna have to average about 28 points. What he's averaging right now. I just don't know about CJ because these dudes are always injured like in the playoffs. So hopefully their health is good finally for once. I do like the Norman Powell pickup. But we'll see. Like I said, I don't see these dudes stopping Jokic. And it's like once Jokic gets going, like what do you do? Like you can't really do anything. Yeah, so like what else do I say here? It's like keys to the series, Blazers, good luck stopping Jokic. That's basically it. Like I said, I don't see it happening. I see the Nuggets winning in 6. Jokic gonna average a triple-double. Pretty much it for that one. That one's easy for me. Like I can't really argue for the Blazers. The Blazers is not a good defensive team. And they have, like I said, nobody to guard Jokic. Absolutely nobody. So now let's get into the next series, which is the Clippers and the Mavs. To me, this series is going to be. I think that the Clippers won this series in 5 games. I'm not giving the Mavs 2 games this time. The Clippers, I'm pretty sure, learned from last season that you cannot let Luka do Luka magic things. Let's just be honest here. The Clippers just need to not fuck around. They need to. I don't like the Clippers. Just I already know how it's gonna go. Morris is gonna be guarding Luka the whole time. Luka's gonna fucking have some great stats. To me, just Ty Lue, don't fuck around. Just immediately stick Kawhi Leonard's ass on fucking Luka. This is something the Lakers do very, very, very well when they play against the Mavs. Do the same shit the Lakers do. You frustrate the shit out of Luka, and Luka's a player that like when he's like plays a lot off of his emotions. Like when he's frustrated, he plays like dog shit. So basically, you just stick Kawhi on his ass and you make his ass work for everything. I don't even want to see Paul George on him. I just want to see Kawhi guard him from the get-go and just be like, yo, I'm the motherfucking glove. Yes, I understand you Luka magic, but I'm going to shut you down. Like, let's just you literally, and then Luka is like the whole gear of that offense. You frustrate Luka, you win the series in 5 games, maybe even sweep. Like, I don't think it'll be a sweep, but I think the Clippers win the series in 5. Just frustrate the shit out of Luka. Like, I can't really Porzingis is literally always injured. Like, or he just doesn't play well. Like, we already know Luka's gonna ball, dude. Like, Luka's special player. Luka's gonna get his, but you just gotta make it way harder for him. That's the thing. Come on, like I said, Porzingis is always injured. He missed 23 games this year. So I don't know. Like, I don't know here. Like, and then the Clippers defense is firing on all cylinders. Is literally them in the Nets fighting for the best offense in the league. And the Clippers have a top 5 defense, which something that the Mavs do not have. Clearly, that's why they've lost so many. That's why they're not a higher seed. Also, like, Tim Hardaway Jr. has to play big. I just don't see it. I don't think these dudes have enough. Also, we got to remember here. Playoff Rondo. I hate to say it. playoff Rondo is gonna show up and do his fucking thing. I hate to say it. I don't see it. Kawhi, we already know Kawhi's gonna play big. The only way the Mavs win this series is if Paul George has a really really bad series. Maybe even if he has a bad series, as long as Kawhi has a big one and all the role players play well. Like I love the Serge Ibaka pickup. I feel like the Mavs just don't got it. But we'll see. Hopefully they prove me wrong. Like I said, just stick Kawhi on Luka, make him work for everything, frustrate the shit out of him, and they'll clearly win the series. It's easier said than done. Obviously, like we know Luka is a fucking magician on offense, but just stick your best defender on him, which is Kawhi Leonard, and let Kawhi do his thing. And I think that'll be it for this series. 5 games. The Clippers have the better team. They just got to show up. Especially Paul George. Paul George has a lot to prove in these playoffs. After all the slander he got last year, PG 13%, all that boy better show up and show up big this playoffs. I'm going to pick who I think is going to come out of the West. I'm going to pick the Clippers to come out of the West. Like, and it ain't because I hate the Lakers. I just think the Lakers were just... They fell so far in the standings. It's going to be really, really hard for them to get to the finals this year. Well, to the Western Conference Finals this to the Western Conference Finals and the finals this year. They're going to play every series away, even though what if they get to the Western Conference Finals and it's against the Clippers? Clippers, Lakers, like that's just... If they're playing at Staples, no matter what, it's a Lakers home game no matter what. No disrespect to you Clippers fans. I just got to say it like it is. If they play at Staples for the Western Conference Finals, that's literally Lakers home court advantage. But yeah, I'm going to pick the Clippers here. That offense is probably the fucking either the first or second best offense in the league. Top 5 defense. I'm picking the Clippers to get out of the Western Conference. That's pretty much it for the West. We're going to get into the East now. Let's go. All right, let's go over this 1-8 Eastern Conference matchup preview. Keys to the series. Man, I hate that this Beal like this and Westbrook like this, but this series is going to be a sweep. The Sixers have an answer for everything that the Wizards have. They can just... Ben Simmons is either going to have to guard Russ or Beal. That's clear. Simmons is going to win that matchup defensively. And also they have Green to throw at Westbrook. They got Harris to throw at him, even though Harris isn't like amazing defender. I got the Sixers win this game easy. They got no answer for Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid gonna eat on this squad, easy peasy. I don't see the Wizards winning one game. This team's just overall the better team. The only way those dudes win is if one of these dudes gets injured on the Sixers. This literally the easiest series for me to pick out of all the series. This is the easiest one. Embiid's gonna just destroy these dudes in the post. It's not gonna be pretty. This is one of those series that it's gonna be a wash. It's gonna be just a lot of clapping of the cheeks by the Sixers. Yes, I know Westbrook and Embiid hate each other, but Westbrook's the Wizards just had a big disadvantage. They ain't got no answers for anything the Sixers have. The Sixers have a better defense. The Sixers have the better offensive players. Like, I'm not even gonna go into like trying to break any of this shit down because it's clear. Like, Sixers, 4 games, easy. All right, so the next series we're gonna talk. The C's basically playing the Nets. The 2 and 7. The Nets are the 2nd seed. The C's are the 7th seed. The C's took a big blow losing Jaylen Brown before the season ends. Out for 3 months. I'm a C's fan, and This isn't looking too good. I don't know if the C's can do this. The only way the C's have a shot of winning this series, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love my boys, but Jason Tatum gonna have to average 30 points, 30 points a game. Maybe even drop some 40 bombs up in there. Kemba's gonna have to play big. Kemba's gonna have to average 25. The thing is that the Boston Celtics defense, I'd feel more confident here if the Boston Celtics defense was better. The defense has been awful this year. And also Robert Williams is hurt. He's their best center. And also the bench is not as good as the Nets bench. Everybody shit talked the Nets bench at the beginning of the season, but that bench has put in work to be up to par. That bench is up to par now. The bench is good. They don't have a shit bench. I'll be honest with you guys. The Nets just have so much firepower. I do not know. But the thing is, if the Celtics can find a way to slow down KD, Tatum is going to have to guard KD. No ifs, ands, or buts. If Tatum can somewhat find a way to slow down KD and Smart can put the clamps on Kyrie, the C's have a shot. That's the only way. Harden is... I don't think... The C's don't have anybody to guard Harden. Evan Fournier has not looked good as a C. He's had flashes. He's been up and down. Him getting COVID kind of screwed him. It didn't let him build a lot of team chemistry with the team. The only way the Celtics win this series is if they lock up defensively, which I don't know if they can. We all know the Nets don't have a better defense. The C's probably do have the better defense, but the thing with the Nets, that offense is just so good. It's so damn good. They have 3 players that can go for 30 points a night. It's ridiculous. I feel in this series, the keys is Tatum. Tatum has to play huge and stop KD. They also have to stop Kyrie. That's easier said than done. Because if Kemba averages this is a series I would love to see go the distance. But I think the Nets will win this series in either 5 or 6 games. I think, and another thing, KD misses 8 games, comes back and drops 30. It's pretty fucking nuts. It's ridiculous. The C's are a bit they're a bit under, they're the underdog. Let's see if they can pull one out. The keys to this series basically stopping KD for the C's, stopping Kyrie, just try to I don't even know, it's hard to speak on this series, because the Celtics have to do so much, and something the Celtics have to do. They have to stop playing so much ISO. Jason Tatum is not going to beat this team playing pure ISO. They need to move around. They need to get good shots. And if the threes ain't falling, they need to go to the basket. They cannot settle for fucking threes. If this team is just going to settle for 3 after 3 after 3, they're going to lose this series. And the benches, the Nets have the better bench. So it's fuck. This is a series that I don't know if the C's can pull it out. I think the Nets got this one in 6 games. What do I say, Kate? That's the best offense in the league going against a mediocre defense. Those 3 players are just so good. I can't be nah. The C's there's no way. That's just be me being a delusional Celtics fan. I just gotta keep it real here. The Celtics lose this series in 6 games. Even though my diehard C's fans, I'm going to roll with my squad to the bitter end. They ain't got it this season. Like I said, they got to lock up this series. I don't see them locking those boys up. So basically the keys to the series are don't let KD go off. But KD's going to go off. I hate to say it, unless Tatum can stop him. I would love to see Tatum take that challenge and be yo, I'm the best player on this team. I'm the best defender. Now that Jaylen Brown's off the team right now because he's injured, he has to step up big. We're going to see. This is where we're going to see if Tatum has what it takes. If Tatum can take his game to the next level, which he has, but I would like to see him do it on both ends of the floor. He's going to have to play real big here. Real big. All right, so let's get on to the next one. That hurt to say. Like, oh, my chest is hurting. Like, oh, it's not because I'm fat, but I'm just in pain because I had a bet against my boys, and that always hurts. All right, let's get into the next series. All right, dudes, let's get into this 3-6 matchup. I'm gonna go with the Bucks in 7. I think this series will go 7 games, minimum 6. But I think it's going to go 7, and I got the Bucks this year. I love the pickup of Drew Holiday. It doesn't really let the Heat expose these dudes not having a PG that can shoot. Like last year, Bledsoe was getting exposed. Like Bledsoe's not a good ball handler either. Drew Holiday's a good ball handler. It's gonna let these dudes play. It's just better flow for the game, because this dude can shoot. He can pass. Also, he's a really good defender. And obviously, you already know Giannis is going to eat. Giannis is going to eat in this series, the whole series. These teams are both locked in defensively. They're good defensive teams. It's just going to me, the keys here is Giannis got a ball. Middleton got a ball. Like, to me, the wild card is the rest of the Bucks. Brook Lopez has to play well. Like, those are the keys. Lopez, every other dude off the bench, the whole rotation has to play well, because we all know the Miami Heat are a really, really deep team. Like, that's the thing that's it's hard, because the Heat have good shooters, they have good playmakers. Like Dragic off the bench, that man is a beast. Like we know Dragic is gonna do his thing. Like Dragic, beast. So to me, I feel like the keys in this series is, you get, obviously it's gonna be whoever plays the better defense. Giannis has to expose, like, Bam Adebayo can guard Giannis, but I think Giannis is still a better player. Like, I think Giannis just got to go at Adebayo, just keep going at Adebayo. It don't matter. And Giannis has to guard Adebayo. There's just no way around it. Like, just let the man guard Adebayo. Because Jimmy Butler, Drew obviously can guard him. And this is one of those. This game is currently on right now, and I'm still gonna pick the Bucks. Like, I haven't looked at the score. I'm picking the Bucks to win it all, like this series. I also like the PJ Tucker pickup, even though he's not playing like great, but I do like that pickup. Like I do like the Bucks in this series. Like, the key, Giannis got to just do his thing. Got to try to slow down Adebayo as much as you can. Obviously, Jimmy Butler is going to play well. You got to try to find a way to slow down Jimmy. The thing with the Heat, their whole bench, they're all shooters. Tyler Hero can ball. Duncan Robinson can ball. Goran Dragic can ball. Those 3 guys are a damn nightmare. Like, that's something that this team has. Their depth is very, very good. And they have very, very good shooters. They play good team ball. They defend well. Like, this series, to me, is going to be probably the best series of the first round. I have a feeling every single game is going to be close. It's like, I don't see these games. These games, to me, I feel like no team is going to win any of these games by 3 points or more. Maybe one game will be won by 3 points or more. But literally, to me, every game in this series is going to be won by 3 points or less. Just because these teams are good defensively. They have solid role players. Both teams have solid role players. Even though I give the edge to the Heat. The Heat just, I don't know, like with Duncan Robinson's on, Tyler Hero's on, Goran Dragic's on, coming off the bench. None is on. This series takes it's like a whole different switch. But I'm gonna pick the Bucks to win this series. I think Giannis got a chip on his shoulder after losing to these dudes last year. I think the Bucks get it done in 7 games. Now let's get into the Knicks and the oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. Jesus. And the Atlanta Falcons. I'm just gonna be honest here. This is probably the easiest. This is the second easiest series for me to pick, like out of the East. I'm gonna be honest. I got the Knicks winning this series in 5 games. Just I don't the the outside of Capella, like everybody that's a defender on the Hawks is terrible. Like Trae Young is literally one of the worst defenders in the league. Like for his position, he is what literally the worst defender in the league. Um, so the Knicks like D Rose gonna eat this series easy. Randle gonna eat. Like Capella, yeah, might slow him down, but I think Randle just the Knicks get it done. They're well coached. Their defense is average. This team gets it done. I feel like this team will get it done. Uh, get this series over in 5 games. Send those boys home from Atlanta. I don't the thing here is like the defense is the problem. I don't see the Hawks D'ing up. Like just playing good defense for the whole series. They're just not capable of doing it. I hate to say it. I sound like a hater. I don't hate the Hawks by any means. I just don't think they're good enough defensively to beat the Knicks. And also Coach Thibodeau, great coach. Great coach. But big ups to the Hawks for making the playoffs. They haven't been in the playoffs for a while. So big ups to them. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for that city, that organization. That's an organization everybody would shit talk and be like, oh, this organization fucking going nowhere. Just doing all these dumbass contracts. Trae Young, good for Trae Young. Him and Luka got drafted in the same class. And obviously Luka, just fucking the best player in that class. But Trae Young finally making it to the playoffs. I'm excited to see what Trae Young does in the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe Trae Young will ball. They'll take more than one game. But I just don't see it happening. The Knicks are the better defensive team, and their offense is literally on par with the Hawks. So I'm gonna pick the Knicks here, and now I'm gonna pick I think the Nets are gonna come out of the Eastern Conference. Like I'm not even bandwagoning it. I don't see anybody stopping KD, Kyrie, and Harden for a whole series. I'm picking the Nets to win it all. Like, I hate to say it. I think the Nets win it all. The bench is finally good enough. KD looks healthy. Harden looks healthy. Kyrie. The only fucking question mark is Kyrie. Kyrie got to stop acting like a fucking weirdo and focus up and try to get this fucking ring. If Kyrie's full focus, ain't nobody beating this team. It don't matter if they play a team that can... I just don't see... Nobody's going to be able to guard those 3 dudes. Nobody. If the only team I feel that has a shot is the Bucks. That's the only team I feel like that has a shot of dethroning this team. The Bucks. Because their defense is good, and then Giannis. Nobody got it. Ain't nobody on the damn Nets that can guard Giannis. We already know that. Middleton can kind of slow down Kyrie. Well, Drew Holiday is going to be guarding Curry. Drew Holiday is a good defender. The matchups are good for the Bucks for the Bucks if they can get past the Heat. They got what it takes to beat them, but I don't know. KD to me is just like unguardable, and like Kyrie has those moments where he's unguardable too. And then you have Harden. I don't know. It's just I feel like this team, those 3 dudes, that big 3 is just ridiculously talented. It's just too much talent. All right, y'all. That's pretty much it. I'm tired of talking. Like, I talked to shit though today. Sheesh. I hope you guys enjoyed the pod. Again, thank you all for the 1,000 downloads. I really appreciate it. I think I'm going to start streaming a little bit on the Fat Boy Takes on Twitch. So, and talk sports. Maybe I'll try to get a stream up this week. The thing with me, my work schedule sucks, guys. I work like from 7 o'clock to 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. So like, maybe I come home, take a nap, and then if any of you guys want to talk sports, my Twitch is twitch.tv/fatboytakes, twitch.tv/fatboytakes. Go ahead and follow. We can talk ball if you guys want. We can talk basketball, football, I don't really talk boxing. I don't really. I think boxing's in the fucking toilet right now. To be honest with you guys, you already know I hate fucking baseball. We ain't talking no fucking baseball ever, unless one day you guys get lucky and I decide just to do a baseball pod with one of my good friends that loves baseball. But other than that, don't forget to follow my podcast. Please follow it on Podbean, on YouTube, on Spotify, iHeartRadio. You guys take care. Have a great day. And again, thanks for the 1,000 downloads. I really appreciate it. Everybody take care. Oh, and another thing, little fun fact. If you live in California and your employer employs more than 15, I believe 15 employees, and you get the COVID vaccination, you literally have 80 hours of free PTO that Gary Newsom signed in March. You literally just call out of work, COVID vaccine, side effects, and your ass will get the day off. And the government will pay for it. It doesn't even come out of your employer's pocket. So, yeah, if anything, if you don't believe me, look it up on california.gov. It's on there. Like I said, all the requirements are on there. Like, I'll tell you, like what the criteria is. Like I said, if you guys live in Cali and you get vaccinated, use that time off, dude. It's doesn't come out of your employer's pocket. Free time off. Use that shit. I know a lot of you guys are burnt out like me that worked like crazy massive hours because of COVID and all that crap. So please look into that and use those 80 hours. I'm out of here, guys. Take care. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out. I'm going to watch some fucking basketball now. Later, dudes.